this figured out. Happy Sunday, Serendipity. It's Craig Crawford here with Jamie of Jamie's Place. And you have your blog here that you do, Jamie's Place for Stuff. a stroll through memory, time, and politics with stops along the way. And you've got your tribute to Martin Luther King here, and we've just been listening to Jack, Whiskey Jack, our Sunday DJ, had put up that fine music. It is just wonderful. Margaret Bonds, I have to admit, I didn't know, I'd never heard of her, I have to say. Can you tell me shed any light on her, or we gotta wait for Whiskey Jack?
I had heard about her in passing, and it twigged one of those memory things. And I remember something in association with her and Langston Hughes. And I almost did a Langston Hughes tribute with it. I may do that later on my blog because he is one of my favorite poets. And she regularly worked with the Black community for the stories and poetry and music. So I'll get it together one of these days and do something with Langston Hughes and Alvin Ailey and Bond.
Yeah. Well, I think I may have told you before, Langston Hughes moved around a lot, but for a period of years, I think when he was younger, before he really got well known, he lived about 2 blocks from where I'm sitting right now. Really more like a block. I mean, I've got an alley behind us here, and on the other side of the alley, about half a block down, is where the house was that Langston Hughes lived here in DC for a period of time. And I go by it pretty often. It's a neat little house. I'll have to get a picture of it sometime. Langston Hughes. That was when this neighborhood was called the Strivers neighborhood, which was for pretty wealthy or upper middle class Black families named after Harlem. They had a similar section in Harlem that they named it here, Strivers, the Strivers.
He lived at 1749 South.
S.
Go
ahead. S.
Yeah. S Street Northwest. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. S Street's right behind me. I'm between. I'm on a street that's between S and T. So S is right behind me. So I'll have, I mean, it'd be so easy sometime. Well, it'll be easy when it's not bitter cold. I'll have to get out there. I should just do a little walking tour because there's a lot of Frederick Douglass on the other side, the other direction, up at U Street, and the cross street that I'm on, it was Frederick Douglass's original house, though not the one that people go to that's a museum now and everything. He moved into a much bigger house but there was a townhouse back here where he lived for a time, Frederick Douglass. And then just down at the corner here was a jazz club where a lot of the jazz greats played in the 30s. This neighborhood has a lot of great Black history.
That would be definitely something you should do for a show someday.
Mm-hmm.
When are you going to write for Substack?
You know, KT Bear
work.
Well, I mean, KT Bear got me started. I finally signed up for Threads this week just to see what it's all about, and even that I just decided I don't know if I'm up, because I'm staying active on Blue Sky and X, and of course Trail Mix and our YouTube Trail Mix, and then I've got my TikTok Trail Mix. But none of it's actually writing so much. I'm more into like research writing. I mean, today I got into this whole business of a trade war with Europe, which I just woke up to realize, oh great, we're starting a trade war with Europe. Wonderful. Isn't that just what the world needs? I mean,
I was going to come on and ask what obscenity he had committed, but already knew.
Yeah. But like over here, I did this brief this morning. This is what I'm doing for my to get my writing chops in. I just kind of like researching hot topics of the moment, and I got this one here I did this morning on the trade war, because I mean, what I'm finding is I get my AI, I mean, I'll ask a question like I did this morning. I said to AI, what is the impact on the average American consumers of a trade war with Europe? And he started out by telling me about French wine and suit and European cars. And I thought, well, you know what? If that's the only impact, nobody really is going to care, because the rich people really won't care if they're paying more for their Audis, and the average person's not affected. So anyway, but I had to push AI to dig a little deeper. And I thought, and he came up with this phrase, the check engine light effect. Which I thought was the instant
I saw it, I said, there goes my Moet Chandon champagne for New Year's.
Yeah. But they called it the check engine light effect. Auto parts. Your American-made car is packed with European components. So see, this is the great thing about AI, is you could keep pushing it. In fact, the words it understands is, I'll say, dig deeper. It understands that. That means something to AI. If you say dig deeper, it'll go into another level of detail, And I said, dig deeper and find the actual any impact on real consumers. So after initially saying, oh, European cars will cost more, after I said dig deeper, well, then it went into this level of looking at the components of American-made cars that come from Europe. So now you're starting to see the real impact of things like it says here, sensors and braking systems and fuel injection and transmissions, all supplied by mostly German firms. And then you got the whole medicine cabinet shock also. And I didn't know Denmark. Did you know Denmark makes Ozempic and Wegovy?
Yes, they are one of the major drug manufacturers. But you know it's going to be more layoffs. People don't realize how entwined the whole global economy is.
Oh yeah. Well, yeah. Well, that's the next thing that that it was talking about here, is that if Europe does retaliate, they've got this thing that I just learned about this morning called the Bazooka, which is the European Union's has an anti-coercion instrument that allows retaliation beyond just products. But the thing is, it was designed in anticipation of bullying by China or Russia. They didn't design this to defend themselves against us, but that's what they're seriously talking about today. They're having a meeting, and this would allow retaliation that's targeting services, software, cloud computing, intellectual property. And that would lead to layoffs, like you're saying. The result isn't abstract geopolitics. It's layoffs, stalled wages, job insecurity back home. And then the agricultural piece, Europe has a habit of retaliating where it hurts politically, agriculture. So, I mean, they could slap more tariffs as if American farmers need more. I learned also today that Europe is the biggest market for American farmers.
We got a commenter who.
I just noticed. I hadn't turned on comments yet. Well, we had some wild ones yesterday. You were busy yesterday. Kay and Katie Bear and Blue and Dallas were on and fielding the comments yesterday.
Yeah, I went and watched.
I see. Stop using AI. Let's see here. What's he saying? Stop using AI. Use an actual article. You lazy sack of shit.
Can't comment without the insults, right?
Right. Well, I mean, the thing is, there, fella. What was his name? Dr. Danomite. AI is not making this stuff up. AI is using articles. AI helps me find the articles. It helps me find the sources that you're talking about. AI is not just making up the information. I don't think you understand what AI is. Anyway, how about the rest of the world sees us the way they saw Hitler? And well, okay, that's what I'm worried about, Dr. Danomite. I agree with you. If I understand what you're saying. And Dr. Danomite is worked up for a Sunday. You're worked up. You got some opinions.
The language a little bit. We speak human.
Dr. Danomite is in the house. Okay. I got other things going on today. I'm waiting for Katie Bear. I don't know if she's going to show up. I've got Thomas Paine is going to speak. Is going to give his formal address to Minneapolis today, right here on.
How about the court decision? How about the court decision that slapped down ICE a bit? Yeah.
That judge. That's a good way to put it too. That was my first thought when I saw it. Was she slapped him? I think it was a she, isn't it? It wasn't the judge female. That it was a slap. It was like a slap in the face. Yeah. Basically telling them, that they can't just arrest people for expressing their opinions. If they have to do something physical.
And
what they're doing.
They can't tear gas them just for standing there or blowing whistles or whatever. As long as they're not impeding, they cannot be gassed.
Yeah.
So, there's some blowback on that, at least.
But I don't know. I tell you.
Yeah, yesterday, did you see my quip about I went to the grocery store and then I went in the morning?
I didn't know what you meant by morning. I went back and looked at your previous comments to see what you were referring. I thought, did you have a death in the family or something? I didn't know what you meant by you were mourning.
Prices.
Oh, is that what it was? See, I get kind of literal. I sometimes miss things.
And I love puns, so. we were not communicating properly.
Oh, here's Katie. Hi, Katie.
Hi, Katie.
Good morning. I'm sorry.
Well, let's get up to speed on what's on the ground, and then I've got a special present for you that I made just for you and the rest of Minneapolis. I've got Thomas Paine's coming on later to talk to you.
Yeah. Well, it's today is going to be interesting because it's 4 degrees. And it's snowing. Yes, 4. 4.
Ooh.
4. In fact, we're under a winter weather advisory, and it's really funny because Minnesotans were praying that a cold snap would come in, and it would be too cold for a lot of these people that are here from out of town to handle, and we're kind of getting it, so it's kind of fun. But
so what are you saying? Ice is afraid of snow?
I don't know. Some of them really don't know how to drive in it. We've seen a lot of people, like a lot of them like that. I've seen so many like Benny Hill narrated videos, or like the Benny Hill song with ice vehicles sliding down a hill on the ice, and then one that backed up into a snowbank and couldn't get out. There's a lot. But
I saw that the way they were handling the crowds. I was looking at one of the live feeds. Now they got these cameras at, what's the name of that building again? The federal building?
The Whipple building. We just call it Whipple because it's easier.
I know.
Than rattling off the whole name.
Used to that. And they've got the cameras trained on the crowd, and they watch the crowd. And one guy they saw in their video spit. He spit on a vehicle that went by.
Yeah.
One of the ICE vehicles. He spit on it. And so they got that on videotape, and then they rushed out and grabbed him and took him back and interrogated him, and he told about the whole thing. And finally they released him because there was just nothing to charge him with. I mean, I guess this is their idea of a good time. I don't know.
I have a little person in the room, so I have to watch my mouth.
Yeah, because they listen, they hear.
Oh, yeah. Yesterday again, he asked if we were going to run into ICE agents.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and I said, don't worry about it. They're all downtown Minneapolis right now. We don't have to worry about that right now. But no, yesterday was interesting, to say the least. Because I started watching the Status Coup that I've talked about before, and the Midas Touch.
I actually pulled them up yesterday. I looked at them.
Yeah.
They do a good job. They were on several different locations, and they were going back and forth, live shots from various protests in various areas. It was pretty good.
I watched Status Coup, and then I also watched Mercado Media. He's actually from Minnesota.
Now they're associated with Midas, aren't they, or something?
Status Coup is with Midas.
Oh, that's the one that's with Midas.
Yeah, Mercado is by itself, but he and the Status Coup guys kind of hang out together and stuff because they're all kind of doing the same thing, and But anyway, switching back and forth. So Mercado was like right up there in front of Jake Lang during this thing. And then Status Coup was kind of back farther, which was nice because then you could get the whole picture.
Yeah. Let's see if they're alive now.
Is a very, very hateful person. And Minnesotans gave him he FAFO'd yesterday.
No,
because well, they thought that he was going to have like a lot of people be there for him. Like all the Proud Boys were going to be there, the Oath Keepers, all these Trump supporters. There are about 10 people.
Oh, you talk. Oh, I know what you're talking about. The pro ICE people that showed up. Yeah, And then I saw one video yesterday where this one guy, I almost felt sorry for him, this guy that had showed up to counter the a pro-ICE guy who had showed up.
Yeah.
And they started chasing him down the street, which I didn't really like. I thought, leave the guy alone. I mean, it didn't look too good. I didn't think. But here I've got the status coup guy on here now, just in the background there. Oh, Jamie's live in person.
Got dressed. You dragged me out of my bathrobe.
Sorry, I have a little. Yesterday we did some cleaning, and someone found his toys that we bought him when he was about 6, and he's like all excited about playing with them. So, it's like Christmas morning all over again. But when this
I'm almost ready to launch the world premiere of Thomas Paine addresses Minneapolis. I'm actually going to simultaneously hit live on posting this on YouTube as we watch it.
Nice.
Maybe we ought to do the setup. Let's do, because they go together. I did this one a couple of weeks ago where he was yelling at us. I had Thomas Paine yelling at us for what he called just being spectators. And then after seeing what's going on in Minneapolis, I did a second one where he responds to that. But anyway, here's Thomas Paine getting irritated with us for not fighting this.
Do you now cower before men who possess not a drop of royal blood, but all of a tyrant's appetite? Authority, once unmoored from the public will, is a wolf in any season. I see a people drunk on comfort. Has the blood of 1776 run so thin, I did not risk the quartering block to found a nation of spectators. If this republic is to be anything more than a memory, you must cease asking for permission to be free.
Now, that was a couple of weeks ago, or a week or two ago, and for the anniversary of Common Sense. And so now I'm going to hit, as I play this, I'm going to hit publish and publish this on YouTube. Here's the world premiere of Thomas Paine addressing Minneapolis.
I see what is happening in Minneapolis. You are not just facing officers. You are staring down a standing army stationed in your own streets. I warned you centuries ago. A government that needs a permanent military force to police its own citizens is not a republic. It is an occupation. In my time, they wore red coats and carried muskets. Today, they wear armor and carry shields. But the purpose is the same: to intimidate free people into silence. Do not let their masks fool you. When they march against the people, they are the aggressors. You, standing firm on that ice, are the only true shield of liberty. Stand tall. The world is watching.
Stand tall, stand tall. You there, Kay? Katie.
Yeah, I'm sorry, my mic muted. I don't know why, but it did.
I know that it does that. I was trying to make sure it didn't. It does that when you play videos. Yeah. Stand tall. You're standing tall. You're standing tall. Oh, we got some commenters. I've been.
Oh yeah.
Let's see.
Stuart's here. He's with us on the language.
Oh, where's Stuart? Oh, okay. Stuart, I couldn't keep listening. Yeah, I agree with you, Stuart. I know what happened, by the way. Maybe I'll get into it later. I know why we got all those people yesterday. I made the mistake of promoting this on X.
Oh.
That's where they all came from. I figured that out later in the day. Anyway, Stuart, I couldn't keep listening yesterday. The name calling got to be a little much. I prefer respectful conversations and discussions. Yeah, I agree with you, Stuart. That one kind of hit me by surprise yesterday, and I let it run, and I'm not going to do that again, and because I do have the ability to moderate these, but I did figure out that for the first time I did a notice. I do notice on Blue Sky and
right,
and on YouTube and Trail Mix that when we go live, and I added X yesterday, and that's where all. And then I checked, and that's where all those folks came from. But and they were a little overwhelming. I agree. But we can handle that. We don't have to put them on the air if they get a little out of control. I mean, we don't mind people disagreeing with us, particularly if it's factual.
There are more than 8 billion people on the planet. We are definitely global.
Yeah, for sure.
Like it or not.
And so we got truth bombs. The right love police, but say they want freedom. And okay, Nick, I guess, is responding to Thomas Paine. We have to have a standing army because baby boomers let in Somali pirates. Well, disagree with you there, Nick. That's not why we need a standing army. That's not why they're even sending in ICE. They're not deporting more people. It's just a power trip by Trump. They're not even actually succeeding in deporting more people than like Obama did at his peak.
We are pretty big, but everybody can't move here. So we better figure out how to get along with them and make them viable out there. Because if they don't have a decent way of life, they're going to run away from their countries, and where are they going to go?
Yeah. Now, Pat, you're onto something that's a big thing for me. Is I'd rather be an American than a Trump supporter. I say we are the real Americans because we are the real Americans who are trying to defend liberty,
our democracy,
and freedom of speech and democracy, and that makes us the real Americans. And it irritates me when liberals and Democrats let the other side take that. That's why I'm so big into observing the 250th anniversary next July, and have been doing videos leading up to it. Is I want our side to own the 250th birthday and not let them take it for themselves.
What's the magic dirt? God, idiot. Sorry.
Like Stuart, I don't agree with myself often. It's like I used when I practiced law, there was a judge that at the end of if you had a hearing with him and he issued an order, and of course one side would lose and the other side would win, and he would issue his order, and he always ended it by saying, "Now I understand, fellas," he says, I'm often in error, but I'm never in doubt."
I listened to. Sorry.
Go ahead.
I did listen to a lawyer yesterday talk about the Constitution, which I thought was very interesting. Is that he was talking about how the original Constitution has never been. I mean, obviously we have amendments, but the original Constitution has not been touched, whereas state constitutions change all the time. They make changes to them here and there, but ours hasn't. And that's why Trump keeps saying, "Oh, I think we just do away with it and don't listen to it and don't pay attention to the laws that are abiding in it," because it is so old. And yes, there are some, I will say it, there are some things that probably do not apply to today, because of back then it was totally different. There was not very many people here. And but yeah, so I get that idea, but I don't know. It just
because the thing is, the only way you can actually change the actual text of the Constitution itself is by a constitutional convention, which of course we've never had, and that comes up every now and then, and it both sides end up
shot down.
Both sides end up getting scared at that idea, because if you had a constitutional convention ooh, Lord knows what could happen. I mean,
that would be a whole nother can of worms that neither side wants to look at.
I mean, they could just tear it up and adopt the Russian Constitution if they wanted to, or something. I mean,
that's what I'm afraid of.
But it does need reform in certain areas. I think the biggest one is, and the one that is probably the hardest, but I think the most important one that we need to do is on contributions, on funding, on campaign finance. I mean, because the Supreme Court said that it's a fundamental First Amendment right, even for corporations, there's nothing you can do about it without changing the Constitution. I mean, not changing, but an amendment. An amendment to the Constitution would be required now because of the Supreme Court to actually control campaign spending and the control of the rich control of the government.
Looked at the word corporation and decided corporate means body, and a body has rights.
That was that Citizens United case that really expanded that concept and baked it in.
Yeah, we need to get back to the whole idea of limited, where an LLC can do a whole lot less than a corporation.
Well, but they don't want corporations to be people when you want to arrest them or indict them for criminal charges. All of a sudden, oh no, corporations aren't people now. Not there, not now.
Yeah. Oh, did you see what I posted on Trail Mix yesterday? Last night?
I
forgot to tell you all about it. It's that Minnesota stole the flag of Virginia during the Civil War, and we've kept it.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, I totally forgot about this story. They talked about it a couple of months ago, but yeah. So the battle flag of the 28th Virginian Infantry Regiment was captured by the first Minnesotan Volunteer Infantry Regiment. By the way, was the first group to actually sign up to battle in the Civil War. They were the first group. They stole it from the Battle of Gettysburg on July 3rd of 1863. It is stored in the Capitol in St. Paul, and Virginians have asked for it back several times, and we've said no.
Oh, here it is. Yeah, I see you posted this yesterday. Another Minnesotans could be a MAGA target. Well, maybe if you gave, I tell you what, go to the White House and give Trump the flag, and then maybe he'll take the ice away. Since he wants everything.
I love it.
Here he is getting the award at the farm.
Future Farmers or 4-H.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, here he is getting the 4-H Biggest Pig Award.
Oh, Nick is on a roll here. Somalians aren't people. They're the wrong shade for him.
Oh, everyone is a human being on this earth. We all have the same insides. We just have different skin colors and ethnicities. It doesn't mean they're less of a person because of the color of their skin. We all started off as black and brown people to begin with anyway. It's just our melanin dropped out and we happened to multiply several times. And that's why we are the way we are.
Yeah,
sorry.
I mean, that's just
on genealogy. My tribe came up from Syria and Northeast Africa. We did a U-turn somewhere around Scandinavia and then plopped down into Scotland and sat there and bleached for several thousand years.
Well, they say that racist stuff just to troll us. I mean,
yeah. I
mean, people who think it's funny to say racist stuff.
Oh, good God, Nick. Never mind. The ignorance is rampant. Look up 6 Eves, Nick.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see here.
And the thing is, we all have DNA from different places. I have a very good friend. She's one of my best friends in the entire world. And she's from South Carolina. She is a dark black woman. She found out that some of her ancestry was white from South Africa. And she thought she's very dark complected, and she said to me the other day, she goes, I didn't think I could ever have any white in me. But she found out, and that's what we're all finding out. I didn't think I would get I got a weird one. I got Egyptian. And that was an offshoot. And
Really?
I knew I was Greek, and I knew I was Spanish and Scottish and English and Irish and stuff, and German and Ukrainian, actually. I actually have family members that still live in Odessa that are there through all of this. Yeah, we're all a mix of everything. And I don't believe that we should, segregate people because of their ethnic background. So.
Well, we're at 200 and we have 258 viewers at the moment.
Pretty good for a Sunday.
Well, yesterday was a lot more because all those ex people came rolling in. I think that's what the difference. I think things are a little.
At least you're not posting it on Truth Social. That would have been fun.
Yeah. But we'll get back over here to Jamie's Place for Stuff. I like that. That's Jamie's blog. Now I was waiting to see if Blue.
I'll have to dredge up my old Langston Hughes articles, and you can use that when you go prowling your neighborhood.
Oh yeah, yeah, because he lived just down the street.
Oh,
Langston Hughes did. I'm gonna let's see now.
Oh, by the way, with Jake Lang, I'm gonna say this. He was telling people he was lynched.
Who?
Jake Lang said he was lynched.
Oh, that's the guy that was the counter protester yesterday?
Yes.
Is that right?
Did he
say he was lynched yesterday, you mean? Or?
Yeah. Yeah. And the thing is, it's like, you're living, you're breathing. You were not lynched.
I was murdered yesterday.
It was the most peaceful way to usher this man out of Minneapolis. There were a few people that were kind enough to look past him being this white supremacist, anti-Semitic person and ushered him to his car or hotel so he could get or car so he could get out. Sorry, he dipped into a hotel at one point and then came out because there's lots of hotels right where they were protesting. No, those young men, there were 3, and the thing is, they are people he hates. It was 2 black men, young black men, that ushered him out through the crowd and away from people. And yes, I do not believe that. I know most of the people that were following these other people that were there for the protest with their cameras, Status Quo is one of them. They got into their car and they actually hit somebody in the parking lot.
Really?
I don't know more about that story. I know he's Jewish. Jake Lang is Jewish. So is Stephen Miller.
Yeah, it's Stephen Miller's family.
Doesn't mean you can't hate.
Likes to point that up.
But yeah, he had a Quran that he had put strips of raw bacon in that he was going to light on fire that they found discarded. So.
Waiting to see if Blue shows up to because she wanted to get into that Epstein. I did a whole video just for Blue on that Epstein ruling the other day, so I'll play that toward the end when we get tired. I did a little analysis of the legal stuff, but anyway, I really think that's got a chance. I think that judge could end up appointing a special master, and we could get this out of the hands of the DOJ and get these Epstein files actually released once and for all.
He was hardly lynched. They had water balloons, super soakers, and silly string. There were heated arguments going on and everything, but nothing turned violent. Nothing turned violent. In fact, one of the guys grabbed Jake Lang's microphone thing and said, "Remember, we are keeping this peaceful. We can respect one another," that kind of thing. And yeah.
Now I want to ask Jim and I, it's Jake. What is his last name?
Lang, Lang.
Let's see what they come up with. I don't know much about him.
He is a January 6er.
Oh, he is?
Oh, yeah.
Synthesizing information now, assessing the recent events, summarizing public figures. I like how it shows you what it's doing when it's thinking. Jack Lang is a conservative activist, internet personality, best known for January 6th, and he got a pardon. He was he assaulted a police officer with a baseball bat.
Yeah.
Nice fella.
Yeah.
Faced multiple, and he did spend almost 4 years in jail.
Yeah.
And then got pardoned. Recent activity. Okay, here's what it says about the Minneapolis rally. Pull it down here a little bit.
Yeah, that was.
I'm trying.
And that's the thing is, that's why Walz pulled in the National Guard to assist with stuff downtown. That's why the National Guard was called in.
Yeah.
And they're helping the sheriff and MPD and St. Paul PD with stuff. But I have a friend who's a Minneapolis police officer that told me that that every time they're like at a scene or whatever, it's very calm compared to what they're expecting. But now that ICE cannot throw flashbangs and the tear gas and all that stuff at protesters who are doing their legal right to protest, things have calmed down a little bit more.
Are they actually abiding by that judge's order to stop?
Believe it or not,
stop attacking people like that.
Well, that's part of the reason why the police and sheriff are at Whipple too, is to make sure that's not happening. But the thing is, we've got so many people that are there videotaping stuff and everything. If it did happen, they would have documentation.
Yeah.
So, it wouldn't be bad if people were left alone to do their protesting the way that they should be left alone to do their protesting.
Yeah, let us protest in peace.
Right, and not arrest people just because they offend you.
Well, it's like everything else I see. I mean, it's never about the underlying policy. It's about the power. It's not that they're trying to. I mean, for example, like on federal employment, taking over the federal agencies and laying off people. They've got conservatives thinking that this is about cutting the size of the federal government. Right. It's not. It's actually growing. I mean, there's no net loss in the number of federal employees. I mean, it's about the power, and in this case, it's not about stopping crime in Minneapolis or even the fraud cases with Somalia. What is ICE going to do about that anyway? I mean, they just use these as excuses to expand power, and that's where people don't. They use these policy objectives to convince their supporters that that's what it's about.
my God. These people.
You got to stop reading.
Okay. You need to go pick up a book, The Seven Daughters of Eve.
Mm-hmm. Oh, because it's about women, maybe they won't read it. Just saying.
Yeah.
Well, it's all about mitochondrial DNA and where it is.
Yeah.
And
well, you know, all this talk about the Somalians, weren't they prosecuted for this fraud in Minnesota? They had like 70 cases in the Biden Justice Department, I know. Against
I agree with you, Stuart. I don't think they'll completely cut it off. I think it'll happen again. I think it's only a matter of time, to be honest.
If you say you would get 20 different, so I don't think I should follow that route. Well, they eventually stood down in the National Guard cases, and so these ICE cases are just getting started. And you know, the National Guard cases wound up with the Supreme Court slapping Trump, and I think that's where these will end up. Be a lot of fits and starts.
Big things. I'm retarded.
That's great to use that word, Nick.
Yeah, I don't know how y'all think that
is appropriate.
Supports your argument. I mean, why do you think that makes, or maybe your objective isn't to convince anyone of your arguments, but that's not the way to do
you're
it.
saying
making noises.
So, Core, you're saying to cut SNAP and fund ICE. You want to cut SNAP to not help children? Because that's what SNAP is for. You know?
Yeah, we've spent $30 billion on ICE, folks. I mean, that's how you do a surge of 12,000 agents. I mean, literally, we're spending the same amount of money on ICE as we are on the subsidies that we've cut for Obamacare.
And they were getting so mad at Talarico yesterday for reading the red stuff in the Bible.
Oh, geez.
Now, what did you mean by the red stuff, by the way?
The actual quotes by Jesus.
Oh, okay.
They like to overlook the quotes of Jesus, but yet claim they're Christians.
Yeah.
Here you go. Here's a little something for our trolls today. A little special something.
Are these the neighbors that you want in your city? No. These are the criminal migrants, the Kamala Harris brought into your community. And as swiftly as they came, Donald Trump will send them back.
Und das Andenken dieser sieben.
Just a little something for our trolls there.
Yeah, now we don't believe in God because we're quoting Jesus.
Yeah. What would Jesus say about the Somalians? Anybody know? Anybody got an idea? What would Jesus say?
Oh, I'm sure the Good Samaritan.
That we're all God's children. We are all God's children. That's what it is. And you don't kill or deport God's children or treat them like garbage.
Well, I'm actually going to turn off comments now and end up our hour with a little 8-minute package I did on that. I am determined that I'm not going to let the weapons of mass destruction keep me off the Epstein case.
All right.
With you.
What's that?
Bean curd. Take a look, Craig.
Who?
Comments. Bean curd.
I believe you
will. I be accepted in am I a Christian? Heck yeah, buddy. I am too, and I'm planning to go. But yeah, I want to regularly. I made this graphic: weapons of mass destruction. of distraction, breaking through the noise, ignoring the noise, because I'm going to stay on the Epstein case no matter what. Me and Blue in Dallas didn't get here today. What's going on with where's Whiskey Jack, Jamie?
I don't know, but CORE is now repeating what I just said back there, that you've got to make their homes good enough so they stay home without coming here. Yeah.
Then you don't abolish. Yeah. Then you don't abolish the Agency for International Development. I mean,
right.
For starters, I mean, yeah, you don't cut all the aid that's intended to do just what you're saying.
Okay, now.
Well,
I think Bean Kurt is a bot.
Looks like it.
Right?
Yeah, because now they're flooding it. Anyway,
getting repeated comments, same words.
Yep.
Sure, say so.
Well, let's see. How do you do that? Oh, I see. Oh, we can ban users. Do we want to ban Bean Kurt? Or
yeah,
we can delete. We can delete.
Crazy.
But the thing is, if you do that, then you got to have we got to come up with a sound for that. Let's see. We got to have what's a sound?
Toilet flushing.
What's that one? No, that's we got.
Not to block him.
Not bad.
He's begging not to be blocked.
Well, then calm down and talk nice.
I agree with you, CORE. That includes the president and ex-president. We don't care if Bill Clinton goes to jail. If he did it, he did it.
Yeah.
But I believe the stories that have come out recently from oh gosh, it's Sasha. I can't remember his last name, but he talked about a lot of things that really make sense.
Okay, Bean Kurt, if you're serious, we'll accept that. I mean, we don't mind disagreement. We just like pleasant talk. Do it civilly. That's all. Name calling, all that business.
He doesn't know what percentage foreign aid is of the budget and how much of it is spent here.
Okay, guys, I'm going to wind up with our little Epstein package, and we'll get back at it tomorrow. We'll see everybody on Trail Mix. Everybody can get on trailmix.cc all time. We're here at 11 a.m. every day till we get tired. And Kay, you get out there and stand tall.
Oh yeah,
Thomas Paine is with you.
Well, thank you. Thank you very much.
Farewell all.
Have a good day,
Bye.
everybody.
All right. Yeah, this is the part where we try to break through the noise of the weapons of mass distraction that we've heard over and over again from Donald Trump, whether it's trade war with Europe, which is what it is right now, or kidnapping foreign leaders, or Minneapolis burning, just no end to the stories that we think are intended to distract us from the Epstein files. And right here, which way do I point? There, right there, right here is an example of what's going on right now, today. Late last Thursday night, the DOJ filed this document, and I'm going to get into 2 minutes of what's going on with the Epstein case most recently, and this is it. DOJ is telling a judge the courts have no power over its cover-up. This all started when Democrat Representative Ro Khanna and Republican Massey went to court a few days ago asking the judge to set up a special master, it's called, to have an independent source actually go through the Epstein files and decide what should be redacted and essentially take it away from the Department of Justice so that we have a special master appointed by the judge to go through all these Epstein files and decide what's public and what's not in response to the law that Trump signed requiring a month ago the DOJ to release the files, which of course they're not doing. And so they went to the judge, and the judge told the DOJ, tell me why I can't do this. And well, late Thursday night, we found out. And here you see Anderson asked Roe about it, and here's his response.
DOJ saying you and Congressman Massey don't have legal standing to ask the court for basically anything.
Well, we're not intervening formally. What we said is that the Department of Justice has not complied with the law. They have not given us the documents that the law requires, such as the survivor statements to the FBI, and that the judge should order them to comply with the law. And the judge has ordered the DOJ already to explain whether they are complying with the law. I believe the judge is going to help us get these files.
This matters because if the judge goes along with these congressmen, and he sort of hinted that he might, he's an Obama-appointed judge, he would actually be taking control of release of the Epstein files away from Donald Trump. That seems sort of fantastic to imagine, but it's what would happen if the judge agreed to appoint a special master to take over these records. That means we could get somewhere on finally getting, what they want. And, the DOJ is always talking about, we got millions of documents. It'll take forever. We got $500. Oh, it's so hard. It's so hard. Well, when you really boil down what we're looking for and what these congressmen are asking for and the victims are asking for, it's really only a few hundred pages. It's not millions and millions of documents like the DOJ is trying to say. Here's a Republican Representative Massey talking about that.
They've said, we've got 1 million documents, and which could be 4 million pages. What we want very specifically are just a few hundred pages. And these are the 302 forms that the FBI fills out when they interview the victims and they interview witnesses. We also want draft indictments where they were going to indict a lot of people or bring a lot more counts against Jeffrey Epstein and then decided not to. They need to release those to us.
And the bill he's talking about, Congress passed, House and Senate, Trump signed it last December 19th. These documents were owed to the public, and it hasn't happened. Even the DOJ is admitting they've only released 1% of the documents. So in this latest round, what are they trying to argue? They're trying to tell the judge, we're doing fine, leave us alone, we'll finish this. And by the way, you don't even have the power to tell us that we can't, that we have to release these records on any timetable of your choosing. We'll decide. They're saying it's because the congressmen don't have standing to get into this case. Now let's get into the legal weeds just for a minute to get into the arguments on both sides about that. Because the issue is that the congressman went into the Ghislaine Maxwell case, which is what this judge is handling. And in that case, the judge had issued a protective order for all the Epstein files. So they're arguing that because he had control over those Epstein files and how they were released in connection with her case, he has the power to take this authority away from the DOJ. And so the DOJ is saying he doesn't. Well, here's real quickly the argument that I think makes sense for why this judge has the power to take over these Epstein files and get them released, just like Congress wanted and passed in a law that the Trump administration supported and President Trump signed. Here's where we break it down simply as we can. The broken promise nexus. And what we're talking about here is the Congressman Khanna and Massey are arguing that the Department of Justice told this judge in the Ghislaine Maxwell case that it would comply with the Epstein Files Transparency Act. That's the law that Congress passed that Trump signed requiring release of these documents. So they have made a representation to the judge in his case that they would do that. So now these congressmen are arguing that since the DOJ made that statement to the court, it would release the files. Its failure to do so constitutes misconduct before that specific judge. So that gives him the power then to take over the files and release them himself through a special master, they are arguing. They have another argument, which may be the strongest, is a protective order nexus. I mentioned that earlier. The DOJ is currently claiming it must redact names to protect victims and ensure safety. The solution is the lawmakers argue that the judge or a special master he might appoint, not the DOJ prosecutor, should be the final arbiter of what counts as a valid redaction under his own protective order on these documents. That's a pretty good, strong case. Since they cannot release the files without the court lifting or modifying his order, any relief must come specifically from him on his criminal docket. That's a pretty good argument as well. And then you have the victim's rights nexus. This is another argument they're making that I think has potential with this judge, is that the victims themselves have requested this remedy of appointing an independent special master to take control of the Epstein files away from the Department of Justice. So that strategy would while the congressmen don't have standing in the actual criminal case this is involved with, the victims actually do under the Crime Victims Act. Believe it or not, I know a lot of you are skeptical, but hang in there. We're in the weeds. We're in the legal weeds. We're not letting the weapons of mass distraction get in our way. We're going to get to the bottom of this, and I really think it is going to happen. These files are going to come out one way or another. It might take a while, but it's happening. It is happening.